shot. With that, I'm going to say shalom.
It's on.
Good evening. My name is Kazak, and the brother is sitting on.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Ready?
Good evening. My name is High Priest Kazak, and my brother left to the right of me is named Ahrayah. We coming live from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Bring out a lot more information and history concerning the 12 tribes of Israel, the nation of Israel, who the real Jews are, which are the so-called Negroes in this country, and the aboriginals of the Hebrew Israelites scattered throughout North, South, and Central America. We're going to shed light on a lot of facts about the history of this society that we now living in called the United States of America. In the ancient world, the dominant world powers that was in charge of us was called the Babylon. All right. Today, America is symbolically called Babylon in the Bible. Where we're going to take off from tonight is bringing out the nature of the taskmasters and the forefathers of this country, and seeing what kind of nature and character they have, going back to their ancestries, which is the Greco-Roman Empire. All right. We responded last week on air to a letter that was written, a hate letter that was written to the School of Universal Practical Knowledge of Aryan white hate groups, sending us letters trying to put us down, talking about we didn't know what the hell we was talking about, calling us demons and devils and so forth. But we're here tonight to clarify a lot of these misunderstandings that the white race has concerning the Negro here in America. The Negro here in America is a biblical Jew that the Bible speaks of. He's the one that's going to rule the earth next after the fall of the United States of America, which is symbolically called Babylon. This country is going to fall through the return, the second coming of Jesus Christ, which is the so-called black man. And he's coming to this earth to free and liberate his people, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. 1/3 of his people are going to be delivered out of this country, and they're going to be set back in their own land, which is Israel. Today, you got a lot of controversy in Israel today because it's the hottest spot on the earth, and it's the center of the earth, and it's the greatest land on the earth. But the people that's occupying that country today are not the aboriginals that belong there. They signing peace treaties and doing peace talks between the Jewish whites and the Arabs, which neither one of those groups that signed those pacts of peace should be in that land. Neither one of them. Both of them are nothing but Edomites, white people that was put there after the fall of Jerusalem under the hand of the Greco-Roman Empire. They're the seed of the Edomites, the so-called white people, which are the wicked seed that is mentioned in the Bible. Today we're going to clarify and bring out a lot of facts on the nature of the so-called white man from the past and his nature right on up to today. So we're going to start out reading the Bible because the Bible is the basis of our teaching. No matter how many books we bring up here and show the truth that's been recorded by the historians and by the scholars, we base our facts upon the Bible because all nations and nationalities is recorded in the Bible and mentioned in the Bible. Even the so-called white man. We've been teaching for years that the Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, Cuban, Panamanians, Indians on the reservation are the aboriginal people of the Bible, and they are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Now we're going to start in the Bible and bring out the nature of the white man so that the black people in the audience and watching will know what type of man and vile serpent that they're dealing with. Read.
Deuteronomy 32, verse 31. For their rock is not as our rock,
Their rock is not like our rock. Their rock is Satan. That's what the rock represents, the power source that's governing their people, which is the devil the Bible speaks of. Read on.
Even our enemies themselves being judges.
Even our enemies themselves being judges. They took over the dark nations and they set themselves up as being the leaders and governors and emperors and presidents and so forth over the dark people's land, including America. Read on.
For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah.
And history, if anybody has studied the history, if you studied the history of Sodom and Gomorrah, you know it was 5 cities of faggots and lesbians and homosexuals. So the Lord is saying that the white man's vine goes back into Sodom and Gomorrah, a bunch of homosexuals. That's why now you can understand clearly why they're trying to get homosexuals in the military. You can understand clearly why the president is trying to push this issue about homosexuals having rights and so forth. In New York, in the state of New York and other states in the United States, homosexuals getting right. The only right that a homosexual has, according to the Bible, according to the word of the Most High, is death. The Lord said if a man lie down with another man, he's supposed to be put to death. So this is the type of mentality that is governing body of people that is ruling over the chosen and elect people of the Most High. This is why the world is polluted and corrupt like it is. Read on.
Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, starting from the 5th verse. The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
And that's the title that a lot of the white world go on, the liberals. They love to come with this liberalism, which is supposed to represent that they're good-natured people, and to try to deceive the dark people and get an advantage. This is their way of entering in on the dark nation and getting the advantage over them to later on bring their strong brute nature and destroy the dark nations, which was under the title of being liberal. In essence, what they really are is that they're the devil that the Bible speaks of. Read on.
Nor the curl said to be bountiful.
Nor the churl said to be bountiful. The churl means a low belly, a low, disgusting person, a villain. The white man has been the villain in the earth from the time of Alexander the Greek. That's why the Lord said he's the one that's going to come and destroy him, because their wickedness has reached into the heights of the heaven. They have perpetrated lies and thievery and rape, rob, and murder over all the nations on the earth. And we're in the last days now, in the time of their end. Most I call them churl, a low belly, a low disgusting person. And before we finish tonight, we're going to bring out a whole lot of facts on the same issue, the same topics that we talked about. Read on.
For the vile person will speak villainy.
And he's a villain. He has not been brought to justice for the onslaught of the North American Indian. He's not been brought to justice for the onslaught and murder of the Negro, 400 years of slavery. He's not been brought to justice for the death of the people in the island, the Israelites in the island. He's not been brought to justice for the death of the people in South America and Central America, which are the chosen people of the Most High. He's not been brought to justice for none of the crimes that he's committed in this earth. But now his time is come. This is why he's getting the terrorism is going to escalate on him. This is why floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, all the, he calls it Mother Nature, is standing up against him, but it's really the hand of the Supreme is coming against him now. And in the essence and end, they're going to have the nuclear war. This country, the United States of America, is going to fall through thermonuclear war, and the put down and the warfare that's coming from the heavens, which is Christ and the holy angels. Read on.
His heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy.
And he's an actor. That's why he got Hollywood built up. Hypocrisy means somebody that can act like they love somebody and keep them down in the ghettos and lock them up in jail and keep them down under his feet. The Most High said he's an actor. Read on.
And to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And
he comes to you with this liberalism again. This is what the Most High is talking about. They call the drink of the hungry to fail. Talking about everybody can get on the rainbow and love. And everybody has a chance and opportunity in this society.